Hello, my name is Aaron Clark. I am here to answer the 3 questions asking in the application process. So let's go ahead and get started. With question number 1, how do I plan to use skills and strategies to effectively engage my students in learning? For me, it all comes down to students' passions. If I can find out what they love, what they're passionate about, and be able to apply that into the material that I'm teaching, I'm going to make that content seem so much more simpler to them, or be able to break it down in a way that they're going to be able to understand it more effectively. There have been so many times where I've been trying to learn content, and when I've been able to apply it to something I do in my day-to-day life, it's a lot easier to measure that. And that's the area and strategies that I plan to do. How I plan to assess students is in a variety of ways. The first and most important way for me is to ask them before we begin a lesson on a scale of 1 to 5 how familiar they are with a subject, and at the end of the lesson to ask them on a scale of 1 to 5 how familiar they are with the subject. I did this most recently when I taught a lesson on apostrophes about a week ago. Before the lesson, I asked students how familiar they were with apostrophes on a scale of 1 to 5. Most of them raised their hands and said 2 to 3. By the end of the lesson, we had them up to 4 and 5, indicating that they had mastered the content. I believe as well that using starters before we start to be able to gain knowledge of what they've learned the previous day, as well as doing assessments at the end of class, which is asking them, giving them an assignment and asking them how well they're understanding what's being taught, what's working well, what's not working well. Some teachers call that exit tickets. That's the term I would probably use more fully for them. But using a variety of those tools, as well as tests and quizzes that I would use to be able to look at what they are doing well and what they need to improve in. So to develop lesson plans for a diverse group of students, I think it all really comes down to A, the assessments that we've done that's going to tell me what to focus on, and B, once again, finding out what makes these kids tick. What are they passionate about? What do they love to do? If I can find out that, then I'm going to be able to come up with content that is going to seem fun, creative, to use a slang term, hip, something that they will enjoy doing. And that is something that I fully plan on implementing, something that I'm implementing right now to be able to help them more effectively gain the knowledge. School can be tough, and the best thing I want to do is I want students to be able to have simple ways for them to be able to learn complex subjects, and I also really want them to have the opportunity to learn and become the best versions of themselves, learn how to be confident in themselves, and to see them be able to learn that they can do hard things. And that is what makes me passionate about going into teaching.